In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on October 29, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Heat vs. Sacramento Kings. It is a new season in the NBA, but it appears to be the same old Sacramento Kings. The Kings are off to a 0-4 start, and they will look to get their first win of the season Saturday night against the Miami Heat. The Heat are not off to a great start either at 2-4. These two teams split 2 games last season. The Heat are 15-7-1 against the spread in their last 23 road games and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Kings are 8-1 against the spread in their last 10 Saturday games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games. The over is 26-12 in Heat last 38 Saturday games. The under is 5-1 in Kings last 6 overall. The Heat are 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Sacramento and 3-7 against the spread in the last 10 meetings. The Miami Heat showed us a glimpse of the amount of talent they have when they served the Portland Trail Blazers their first loss of the season. The Sacramento Kings, on the other hand, have been struggling with turnovers and 50-50 balls this season and still haven't won. The Heat will show up to this game determined to win while still riding some momentum from Wednesday's win. Hero and Butler will threaten the field as the Kings try to minimize Adebayo's movement in the paint, especially after his performance against the Warriors. With the Kings' lack of offensive rebounds, the Heat will have lots of opportunities to gain possession and run their offense. If the Heat can control the boards and punish turnovers, then they will walk away with a W. This line is rather surprising, as the Sacramento Kings look like the Sacramento Kings, a team that can't win or play a lick of defense, and they have yet to win a game this season. The Miami Heat have underachieved through 6 games, but they're coming off an encouraging performance against the Warriors, where they played them tough. There's no reason for the Kings to be getting this much respect from odds makers in this spot. This line is soft, and I like the Heat to build on their last effort and take care of business. So the Miami Heat to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Heat are a really good defensive team, but they haven't really shown it yet this season, as they are giving up 109 points per game. I think on the last leg of a road trip, they will lack that intensity that makes them a really top-notch defensive team. Meanwhile, the Kings are a pretty awful defensive team, giving up 120 points per game. The Kings are also number 1 in pace of offensive possessions, so they like to push the ball. Both of these teams have the ability to score. It just comes down to who turns the ball over less and who can dominate the boards more. With Fox averaging over 30 points a game and Butler averaging over 20 points a game, each team has reliable scorers. Miami dropped 119 points against a strong Portland defense, so I imagine them dropping a similar amount of points against a weaker Sacramento defense, especially if they give Butler and Harrow more space on the outside and take advantage of Sacramento's inability to rebound the ball. The Kings dropped 110 points against the Grizzlies and should be able to score higher than that against the Heat, who will focus on containing Fox, leaving the paint open for scoring opportunities. The over is 10-4 in the last 14 meetings in Sacramento between these two, and 7-1 overall in the Kings' last 8 games playing on 1 day's rest. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Warriors vs. Charlotte Hornets. The Golden State Warriors take on the Charlotte Hornets in an inter-conference battle on Saturday night. The Warriors posted a home win against the Heat on Thursday. The Hornets lost in Orlando on Friday night. Each team earned 1 win in last year's season series. The Warriors are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 Saturday games and 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 road games. The Hornets are 7-15-1 against the spread in their last 23 home games and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The over is 5-0 in Warriors' last 5 overall. The over is 4-0 in Hornets' last 4 overall. The under is 6-0 in the last 6 meetings in Charlotte and 9-1 in the last 10 meetings. This will be the Warriors' first game on what is going to be a 5-game road trip, and usually teams play well on the first game of an extended road trip. Golden State has been inconsistent to start the year. The Warriors won't be overlooking anyone, even a Hornets team that may be without their leading scorer in Rozier. The Warriors have played well when this team has been focused, but Golden State has come out flat in several games so far this season. Charlotte has talent, but Ball is still out, and Rozier has been held out of games recently. His status for this game is uncertain. The Hornets were a bad defensive team last year, and Charlotte has been inconsistent on that side of the ball again so far this season. Until the Charlotte Hornets get their backcourt back, it's hard for me to get behind them, as it's difficult to win in this league when missing both your starting point guard and shooting guard. The Golden State Warriors have had defensive issues up to this point, but we know these guys can turn things on when they want to, and it's only a matter of time before the balance sets in. The Warriors have been playing some decent basketball lately, and they will be coming into this one full of confidence after routing the Heat on Thursday. The Hornets have really cooled off lately, and they didn't look good in their blowout loss to the rebuilding Magic last night. This is Curry's hometown, and he usually likes putting on a show in Charlotte. The Warriors should be focused here, and they are the significantly better team, as they're clearly the team in better form, and they have the advantage of extra rest. So the Golden State Warriors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both these teams prefer to play smaller lineups and push the pace. This should be an up-tempo game. The Warriors' strongest lineup is with Draymond Green at the center position, and the Hornets also like to play undersized lineups with Nick Richards at the 5. The Hornets have struggled defensively again this season, and the Warriors' offense should have no problem getting open looks against Charlotte. Even though the Warriors have been a top defensive team, Golden State has also been inconsistent on this side of the ball at times, giving up 134 points to Phoenix on Wednesday. This should be a higher scoring and faster tempo game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Pacers versus Brooklyn Nets. Indiana will try to build on its 127-117 win at Washington when it travels to Brooklyn on Saturday night. The Pacers had lost 4 of their first 5 games this season, but they were able to spring the upset at Washington on Friday. Brooklyn is riding a 3-game losing skid and has not played since losing to Dallas in overtime on Thursday. The Pacers are 18-7-1 against the spread in their last 26 Saturday games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Nets are 15-35-1 against the spread in their last 51 home games and 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. The over is 9-3 in Pacers' last 12 overall. The under is 5-2 in Nets' last 7 Saturday games. The Pacers are 18-6 against the spread in the last 24 meetings in Brooklyn and 13-6 against the spread in the last 19 meetings. The Pacers are a little short-handed again, as Daniel Theis is still out, while the Nets are keeping an eye on Seth Curry, who is currently listed as questionable for this one. The Pacers were really struggling before last night's impressive road win over the Wizards, but now they're running into a talented Nets team who are coming of a tough overtime loss. The Brooklyn Nets have the talent to win this game by double digits, especially with the Indiana Pacers on the end of a back-to-back. However, the Nets need to focus on winning games period before we can start talking about style points. The Nets have yet to play well at either end of the floor, and their defensive effort has been one of the worst in the league. It's hard to see the Pacers getting the win on 0 days rest, but the Nets are still well below their best, and this line just seems too hefty. I'm not laying this much chalk with them until they get their act together, so the Indiana Pacers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Brooklyn has been scoring at a high rate again this season with Durant and Irving, but its defense ranks near the bottom of the NBA. Indiana has not been quite as strong offensively, but it enters this game with momentum following a great outing at Washington on Friday. The Pacers have several high-level scorers and are a terrible defensive team, which are both factors that point towards the over. Brooklyn has gone over the total in 2 of its 3 games, and I expect this one to follow suit. There is no way I want any part of the under bet in a game involving these 2 teams. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.